Hi friends, David here from Learn Christmas Lighting, and today it's springtime. If you're watching this in the current, today is actually dreary and kind of icy here in Nashville. I record these a little bit ahead of time, start of February. But we want to talk today about what kind of computer do you need in order to run xLights? What kind of computer do you need in order to program Christmas lights with xLights, okay? Because this can be an interesting topic. So if you go to xLights, like say you go to their website, you go to xlights.org. Okay, let's just go there super quick. I'll pull it into the frame. You're gonna notice that if you go to the page to download it, it'll show you how to install it on Windows. It'll show you how to install it on a Mac. It'll show you how to install it on Linux. Okay, we're gonna talk about Windows and Mac today. But in all of the resources from everything I've ever found, they don't really tell you a minimum system requirements for Mac or Windows. I might be missing it, but they really don't. And the reason for that is kind of on purpose. So when we talk about xLights and we talk about running it and running a show, there's kind of two portions. There's sequencing and there's running a show if you don't use an FPP device. Now, for most people now, I do recommend using an FPP device. That's an offline computer, maybe built into your controller that runs your show. So now you're only sequencing, you're only doing the programming portion on your computer. So what kind of computer do you need for that? Okay. It's kind of a loaded question. So there's a couple things that really impact what kind of computer you need. And there's a couple things you can do to program a really big show, even on a computer that doesn't have that much gusto. Okay, so things that matter to xLights. Okay, most of the effects in xLights, when you go in the sequencer here at the top, most of these effects, from everything I gather, pretty much everything except like the shader and like the video / picture effect, pretty much are all CPU heavy. That's your computer's processor. So if you're doing, it's all about testing really, but if you're doing a show that has a lot of pixels in it, and you find, like, let's just open one of my sequences here. I was actually working on a little moving head sequence the other day. Turn that on. Got the Dominar in the background. I can turn it on. It will blind you. If you're finding, you have a sequence, this one doesn't have much in it, and you hit save. And when you hit save, it renders at the bottom. Okay, let me open actually a real sequence with music. This one's actually really simple. When you save, it renders, it makes all the changes that you made. Okay? It'll tell you how long it took too. Okay? And it tries to keep up with that as you're sequencing. So if you have a slower computer, this is going to take a long time. The biggest critical factors from what I understand is your processor speed and the speed that it can get to the data. Do you have an SSD hard drive, or even better, an NVMe hard drive, which is a different connection inside the computer basically that is faster. Okay? Those things really impact speed. So get that NVMe hard drive, which is a motherboard thing, and get the quickest processor you can get. Other than that, like, amount of RAM, I don't think is as key to xLights. I don't see it using a lot of RAM on computers that I use. It's really not hitting it hard right now at all. And, those are really the biggest things. Okay, so what computers do I recommend? If you're on the PC side, I would go with, the processor and the motherboard are the one thing you can't really change later. Like most computers, laptops or desktops, a lot of them, you can upgrade the RAM later. You can change the hard drive, though not necessarily the type. So I would look for something with that NVMe hard drive. If you're looking to get like a real slick machine to run xLights, get a Intel, either like an i5 or i7 that's recent, or a AMD Ryzen 5 or 7. Okay, if this is gobbledygook to you, don't worry. This is just if you're aiming like high. Okay, so it's really about render times. Like, for example, my computer can render, and keep up with my display pretty well. Okay, this is a very simple sequence, but if I make changes, it keeps up with it pretty quick. If I add a lot more pixels to my display, like I had accidentally added like a couple 100,000 this season when I was pre-programming, things get a little slower and it gets a little bit less responsive. Okay, that's when it might be helpful to get a new computer, but even if you're having trouble keeping up in sequencing, you can literally just go here and hit suspend render. What that means is you can make changes to your sequences, change things around, etc. And it's not going to render, it's not going to make the changes real till you hit save, Control S, Apple S, or just file save. It runs that sequence through, okay? And that's the biggest difference, okay? Processor wise, if you're on a Mac, you want to get one of their M1, their newer CPUs. Okay, so there's older Macs and newer Macs, the newer Apple Silicon or whatever they call it. People are really loving these. They say they're really fast and responsive. Some people are switching to Mac because of it. You don't have to switch to a Mac. Okay, so PC or Mac, we'd always say in this hobby, like, get the most expensive thing you can afford. I mean, with a light show that typically costs around $1 per pixel for people. If you're buying 10,000 lights, maybe it makes sense to spend 10% of your budget on getting a $1,000 PC that can really work well. I like desktops a lot because you can upgrade them later. Also, probably the biggest factor in like ease of sequencing, besides having a processor and a computer that will keep up with what you're doing, is having big monitors, okay? Those ultra-wide monitors, or I have two 24s here, and I think my two 24s right here are honestly barely big enough. Having the ultra-wide and bigger monitors, some people use 32-inch Mont TVs if they have decent resolution. At least 1080p or 4K is better. Then when you have that in front of you, you can really see a lot of your display elements. You're not all crammed for space like I am here. And a second monitor means you can offload some of the stuff like effects and whatnot over to that monitor. And for most people, it works really well. Being free software, it's not perfect. I know I talked to somebody who said they had this slick gaming PC and their multi-monitor setup just crashed xLights all the time. Don't know why. Okay, so take that with a grain of salt. But if you're looking for a computer to buy for xLights, I'm not going to tell you what to go out and buy. I'd say Mac or PC, your choice. You can go with a cheap old PC all day long, okay? But know that when you're sequencing, when you're making changes and you're waiting for it to update, if you want that instant feedback as to what it looks like, you will need to suspend render, or you can work one prop at a time, because there is a way here. There's a spot where you can disable things from rendering. It might be, just remembered it. You right-click the effect. It's actually at the effect level, disable render, and I believe you can go and say I go to my matrices here. And that's a great way. You could literally go and select effects. So right click, select effects, right click, disable render. Okay. And that means they're just not going to render new stuff when you hit save. And so you could go ahead and you could sequence like everything that's not really dense, everything but your matrices, say, and then come back and re-enable the matrices and maybe disable everything else, do different elements of your display in different passes of sequencing, and then your computer would not take as long. And this is really a great trick, like if you're doing a lot of really dense matrices with videos and shaders and stuff, and you hit that save button and you're like making a cup of coffee over 10 minutes, right? That's a really great tip there. So the point here is you don't need to go out and buy a $2,000 computer in order to use xLights, in order to make a Christmas light show. Test, build your layout, because you can do that without buying a single thing. Start sequencing, follow our tutorials, we'll link to them here on xLights, and see how your render times are. If they are slow and you start to get a lot of pixels, then it's probably time to upgrade that computer. And of course, if you're buying, 10,000 plus pixels, then you've got budget to buy a computer, right? At that point, if you're spending around $1 per pixel for your show, go buy $1,000 computer, right? It's worth it, okay? If you don't do a lot of your own sequencing, you just import and then you hit save and you let it go, you make minimal tweaks, don't worry about it. I hope this helps you today. It certainly is not easy to make a computer recommendation for what you should use for xLights. And I hope this helps you see that even if you don't have the latest and greatest, I mean, my computer's like 5 years old now, you can still really create a great show with what you have. Be sure to subscribe here and learn Christmas lighting, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Grab my free guide as well if you're new to this over at the website. Thanks so much.